Hi, Reverend MeeLing, Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle, Lady MeeLing, America. I've been known by a few names. I thought it would be fun because I can. Because who's going to stop me from putting on whatever clothes I feel like it? Nobody. So, I'll wear what I feel like, even though it's not what I prefer at this point in time, but, you know, better than nothing. So, I'm going to discuss the irony, because I didn't know. So I had got this car one year, and I had always wanted a VW Bug. I mean, I wanted an old VW Bug, but I got, I did it because, they're cute. They're cute cars. They're so girly and stuff, and like, I know, despite the irony of how I am, now granted, my favorite car is a 69 Camaro RS SS 396 with a 396 cubic inch engine, drop from a V6, bump it up to a V12, put some chrome all around and just dip each individual piece in chrome, black leather interior, midnight blue exterior, glitter in the paint, 2 white stripes up the front and down the back. It's a personal favorite car of mine. I want one in a hard top, I want one in a convertible, and I want one in a T-top. I know it didn't come in a T-top. I don't care it doesn't come in a T-top. Please tell me who could not customize that car. I don't think so. Just say it's a personal preference. Personal preference. Dual exhaust. Just saying. I like the car a lot. However, since I couldn't, just go out and buy one of those, each one of them, I actually got into a little, debate a few times where it's like, oh, it doesn't come with a T-top. I don't care if it doesn't come with a T-top. You're going to tell me that that's not possible to custom make T-tops? I don't think so. I think it's possible. And just saying, if I had I would. However, it's one of those, okay, well, I'll get a Bug for now. I always wanted one. And so I had a yellow Bug that looked like a Bumblebee. I figured, I had explained to this one guy, because I told him, my car's name is Zippy, but it looks like a Bumblebee. And I had eyelashes that were glitter for the headlights, and I had flowers for the tail light covers, and it looked like a little bumblebee. It looked like a little bumblebee. It was cute, and I made it all by myself, and so cute, little bumblebee. Well, apparently, I was, so at that time, I didn't know that there was apparently some comic book stuff. It had a turbo engine. And I have to add that because that's why her name was called Zippy. Just say, little Zippy car. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Just gonna leave it at that. So, apparently, I remember watching Transformers as a child. I did not remember any Bumblebee characters. So I don't know if that's a new thing or not, or if that's just because of the head injury I had on Palm Sunday in 2000. I remember Optimus Prime, as far as certain things. I remembered a few other characters, just not Bumblebee. Irony. And so, I'm going to read over certain points that are just a little ironic. I'm sure that there's many more websites about the Bumblebee. But, so apparently, Bumblebee is a superhero, or, as far as my car, Zippy, girl car. Had a girl name. I'm just saying. And then I got looked at funny by not just that guy, a few different ones that were like, You named your car? Yes, I did. What, I'm the only person who's ever named my car? I don't think so. Each car I've ever had has had a name. I'm not going to tell everybody's name, but Bumblebee, you know, looking car is called Zippy. Because it went zip. When I hit the accelerator a little fast. Anyway, so apparently Bumblebee is a self-configuring modular extraterrestrial life form, which is kind of interesting in certain regards, because I had this, depending on what you believe, you know, I've told people that to think that human beings are, you know, at least at that time, are the most intelligent life forms in the entire universe, it's a little arrogant to think that. And so, you know, later on, I met some people that, you know, understood that. However, there was this point in time where there was a situation in Irving, Texas, in 2011, and there was some stuff that happened, and there was some flashing lights, and there was some discussions, and so apparently Bumblebee is also known as Bumble or Goldbug, which is kind of fun, irony. And so main function is espionage director, spy scout, which is ironic in certain regards. So different partners, Brawn and Cliff Jumper and Optimus Prime and Spike and Witwicky and Chip Chase and Pipes and Tailgate and Swerve and Warpath and Huffer and Cosmos and Powerglide and Gears and Outback. And the motto for Bumblebee is, the least likely can be the most dangerous. And to know others, you must know yourself first. And data is power, which apparently, you know, is a VW Bug muscle car. Irony. And so, you know, in apparently the majority of versions, Bumblebee is a little VW Beetle. And later got into a Chevrolet Camaro. Which I just find, you know, a little funny, you know, because, you know, whatever. Apparently, you know, Bumblebee is a little one of the heroic protagonist. And I taught my children at a young age, don't antagonize other people, you know, you know. But if you have to, finish it. Nonetheless, and apparently a mascot. Constantly having to prove in the eyes of the others, because especially the leader, Optimus Prime. Irony. And often causes Bumblebee to take a few risks. Sometime getting in danger. I'm just saying. I mean, I survived that scuba dive. Just saying. Both of them. And so, you know, a little bit of a smart aleck. Maybe a saying that I have could be taken as an example of a little bit of smart aleckness. Just saying. Just throwing that out there, hypothetically speaking. Capable and reliable messenger. Though I don't see how the spy thing, because with the colors like yellow, how is that covert or ninja at all? Not very covert, nope. But small, tiny size allows to get to places others cannot. A fairy sized. highly fuel efficient, has visual acuity, a little adaptable in undersea environments, and transforms into a yellow VW Beetle. Later was reconstructed into a stronger, more mature form as Goldbug. Then was in 2010, Bumblebee is one of the first 5 inductees to the Transformers Hall of Fame. Which is ironic because that's a year after that died, in 2009. So Bumblebee is the distinction of being the second character to appear on screen in the original Transformers animated series, on a mission to recover a small clutch of energy conductors. Bumblebee is subsequently among Transformers aboard the Ark, which crash landed and awoke in 1984. I was born in 1982. Finding a raging river, irony in certain regards. And so there's a, finds the Decepticons mining operation and brings them to justice. A little bit of an irony there. Later befriends a male named Spike, but on their first adventure they're both kidnapped by the Decepticons. Irony in how my son and I wound up in Washington State, and that Cowboys Dance Hall thing, that's got a little irony. And Bumblebee's memory chip was altered. Head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000. Just saying the irony. And unintentionally lured the bad ones into a trap. Bumblebee recovered in time to help the others stop the Decepticons from sending Spike to Cybertron, wherever that is. But after their first adventure, Bumblebee and Spike became friends for life, best friends for life, as they both realized they make a good team. On one of their other missions, Bumblebee got injured with Spike inside from a battle with the Decepticons at a rocket base, and while Bumblebee was being repaired, Best Friend was being fixed at the hospital, but the mind ended up being transferred into another, irony of the X aspect. So the doctors at the hospital can operate on the real one. Hi. Then there was a little bit of a side effect, and Bumblebee left afterwards to go look, but radio transmitters hadn't been fixed yet. Irony. After finding Spike, Bumblebee tries to get him to go to his senses, but failed when his friend believed that was being tricked, and no, cannot tell a lie, duh. Bumblebee sees the Decepticons arriving at their location, but they didn't see Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was able to hear Megatron tell lies to the friend. Irony in reference to 725 and 736. Then going and getting Optimus Prime and the rest of the friends for help who were helping with the repairs at the rocket base they were battling at before. Irony. Certain regards. Bumblebee tells Optimus that Megatron is manipulating Spike and that he was believing the Decepticons. Irony. It'd be really, truly bad for individuals to have further caused problems for my son on top of what occurred with my daughter. I would highly recommend that anybody that would do that to cause harm to my son and or my daughter would not be nearby me, because that would not be safe for them at all. I'd be on guard at all times and ready to cause justice to occur, hypothetically, in the ways of ocean laws. Bumblebee was asked to lead the way of the location. Okay, I wasn't asked. Although by technicalities, when I went somewhere, I'd go to this location. Okie dokie. After I go to the ocean, I forgot where I was supposed to go. I'm going to go to the ocean. I will go swimming. I'll go swimming. I forget. And so, Decepticons would find out about the messed up issues and would take advantage of the situation. Irony. Arriving where Spike was, Bumblebee and Prime tried talking some sense in, but didn't work as hoped would, and both relieved when Sparkplug was endangered. You know, I was called Spitfire. I had this thing about doing stuff with spark plugs. But anyway, once the Decepticons finally left, Bumblebee gave his best friend a high five and returned to the real body to get all fixed up. I have this weird thing where it's just a high five. So, yeah, Bumblebee's next adventure would be when going with Spike and Sparkplug with Jazz and test out new speakers. I have a new radio. It's not that, fancy schmancy, but, I've been having fun with the music. But then went to headquarters, so what did I have to deal with? When Bumblebee returned to the headquarters and saw nobody but Bluestreak there, and Teletron 1 was damaged, then was dragged into the recharging chamber by Bluestreak due to Megatron putting a personally detestable laser in their recharging chamber to turn all of the individuals evil because of stupid cherubim stuff. However, Bumblebee was saved when Jazz, Spike, and Sparkplug arrived back just in time and knocking out one of the cherubim ones out for a while. So then, got fixed and then shocked, pun intended with that electrical thing, right? And then found out that one of the Decepticons turned friends from good to evil, and Bumblebee and Jazz being the only ones who are not affected by the destabilizer, and Bumblebee decided to stop the comrades when hearing about Optimus Prime, Brawn, and Prowl attacking an Air Force jet base with Spike accompanying. Irony. There was that group of individuals I knew with certain aspects in regards to my ex-sister-in-law, Mary Evangelina Nichols Osteen, and her two daughters, as well as, the Jade Wolf Coven, and they only were involved with Air Force guys. If I'm not mistaken, Christine was involved with Mike, who is an Air Force airplane mechanic, and then I think, there was that guy in the Air Force from the pagan community, and I found out that he wound up being involved with one of the other Jade Wolf Coven females and stuff like that. On top of that, and then, then there was also my ex that wound up meeting at Cowboys Dance Hall, and he said that he was an Air Force airplane mechanic or something like that. I can't remember what he said his specific MOS was, but he was getting his airplane mechanic thing, and he supposedly was in the Air Force, but found out he wasn't. Which is kind of weird. And then Bumblebee tried a few times to get through to Optimus, but didn't have success at first. And then Bumblebee was relieved when friends were free from the Decepticons' control after someone else invented an attitude exchanger to counteract the personality destabilizing effects, except for Prime. Bumblebee took the last one as there was no other ones left and wanted to make one final attempt to get Optimus back to his senses. Bumblebee told his friend and leader that Bumblebee's not evil and believes in, and then encourages to fight off the Megatron's control and not to give in. Bumblebee quickly put the attitude exchanger on Optimus, who heard his own voice, and freed him from the Decepticon control. And Bumblebee got a hug. And then after stopping the Decepticons, Bumblebee was thanked again by Optimus Prime, who also thanked everyone for their help for what Bumblebee did. Bumblebee with Spike gave Ratchet and Sparkplug tools needing to fix the Air Force jets in that were destroyed because of this Decepticon's control. Irony. This is so, so weird. Bumblebee later befriended someone named Carly, who had admired. And then while testing out one of the inventions, Bumblebee fought the Decepticons as they wanted to steal it, which they did. So which Medal of Honor artwork pieces did you mess up, Jared? Anyway, who left the base to help and then believed it was later the fault of because the Decepticons got the invention because of being there when they were testing it. And Spike found Carly with Ironhide, who had been the one who rescued from the Decepticons, but left but didn't get very far because didn't see their friend behind them. Transforming, Bumblebee wondered what was going on, then saw the Ironhide was immobilized. Are you kidding? This is so weird. After the rest of everyone showed up, Bumblebee along with Spike and Carly hid, and all agreed that they all had to do something. Bumblebee signaled Jazz to do the sound and light show, which distracted the Decepticons so Carly could reverse the process of Wheeljack. Are you kidding? Cactus Jack, really? After the battle was won, Bumblebee encouraged Spike to ask out, knowing that they have feelings for each other. Are you kidding me? This is some weird stuff. Then the body of the deceased Optimus Prime recovered from space by a pair of Transformer-hating human scientists who intended to use it to lure into a trap, and Bumblebee is part of that rescue team. Are you kidding me? Like, Bumblebee is a badass. I'm just saying. Led by Rodimus Prime to recover. Entering the lab, some of the Transforms are exposed to rage, yeah, I've been a little bit ragey lately. And could infect them with irony of the COVID-19 thing going on, causing people to run wild. Bumblebee avoids the infection and seriously damaged by the infected rampaging Superion, though a member of the alien race called the Quintessence. Are you kidding me? Because, like, isn't there the in Cozumel? Subsequently repair and restore Optimus Prime so that can stop the hate plague and repair Bumblebee. What did I do wrong now? This one, I see the correlations. That's the point. A little Autobot, a little fairy, was severely damaged that required entire reconstruction and built as a Throttlebot. Irony, because certain things. New shiny body, commented, had gone beyond just being plain old Bumblebee and now a gold bug. And Optimus Prime redubbing as Goldbug. Then Goldbug travels with Optimus Prime to the Decepticon planet of Char in order to secure a heat resistant alloy that can protect from the plague, only to be, and it's just because of the matrix of leadership to purge the plague because of an animation error. Bumblebee appeared to be in a wide shot in a celebration alongside with Goldbug during the series' final episode. Then, in the Headmasters one, Goldbug and the others are on Cybertron when Vector Sigma destabilizes a consequence of Optimus Prime releasing the Matrix energy to cure the hate plague the previous year. This is some weird stuff. The Decepticons soon invade the planet in an attempt to take control, and Goldbug and the Throttlebots joined by Dinobots, Grimlock, and Slag in holding the line against them. Unfortunately, they were knocked unconscious by the hypnotic power of the new Decepticon Headmaster Windpipe, but they had been able to manage the delay of the Decepticons long enough for the Headmasters to arrive and take up to the fight. Well, that's a little ironic. The Throttlebots disappeared after that encounter, suggesting they might have been destroyed, then eventually resurfaced a month later as the Decepticons to carry out their final plan to attempt to destroy the Earth. Goldbug and the Throttlebots teamed up with Fastlane and Cloudraker to investigate the emergence of a Death Tower in Santiago, Chile, only to find predaking there waiting for them. Naturally, the small ones were no match for the powerful Combiner, but they fought bravely, clinging onto the limbs before being hurled to the side. Irony, I threw a table. I didn't really throw it, it was just, anyway. Luckily, the Target Masters arrived in time to bail them out and take predaking down. This is also because of the budget cut that happened during the middle of the movie. Irony of ironies. It's kind of, it's just a little interesting. And then there's the G.I. Joes and the Transformers and the Cobra stuff. The Ark. It's so weird. It's weird. Who'd have thunk? I mean, I guess, whatever. But yeah, it's just one of those, little Bumblebee. So yeah, you know, I mean, and then there's Angry Bird Transformers? Seriously? There's some stuff. But yeah, so, you know, I had a car named Bumblebee. Well, it looked like Bumblebee, apparently. I didn't realize that, that was the thing. So, yeah. So, you guys have a good one.